What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over how to expand your inventory stash using Korok Seeds in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. In this video, I'm going to briefly go over the concept of Korok Seeds because I'm pretty sure you're all antiquated at this point. Then I'm going to be going over Hestu's first location, his second location, and without spoilers, his third location. Then I'm going to be going over your maximum inventory size that you can have in this game and how many Korok Seeds are required. First things first, upon data mining, we found out that there is 1,000 Korok Seeds in this game. There are 800 Korok puzzles throughout all of the world, and then there are 100 Korok assist quests where you need to help him find his friend. And while there's a variety of Korok puzzles that are brand new, there are some that are returning, there are new solutions, there are simplifications, there are complications, and there are far more Korok Seeds than you actually need. In Breath of the Wild, you required a total of 441 out of 900. And I'm pretty sure it's right about the same number. Unless my math is really off, it's somewhere around 414 through 441, one of those two numbers, out of 1,000. So you have some room to spare. Next, let's go over Hestu's location from Lookout Landing. Once you start heading northwest toward the Rito area, you're going to be coming across the New Serene Stable, and continuing northwest, you're going to find Linder's Brow's Skyview Tower. Between these two locations at the beginning of the game, you are going to be finding Hestu. My first playthrough was on a Switch that didn't have my Breath of the Wild save data on there, and this one does, and I was so happy to find out that all of my original horses are here. It made me so happy to see this. Let's take out the Ganon horse. Oh, he's a big boy. Yeah, he is. From the New Serene Stable, once you start heading toward the tower, Hestu is going to be on the path. There's two conditions in which he will not spawn. The first condition is that you've already seen him and you've already given him the maximum amount of Korok Seeds that you can at this location. The second condition is that you've already done the quest that is in the Lost Woods, and he is in the Lost Woods. So only if neither of those things have happened, then he will be right here, crying, shakalaka. Hey, buddy. Those trees over there are so scary. They're trees. Oh, and this is where the game is teaching you about a brand new enemy called Evermeans. As you approach these trees, they are going to jump up and start attacking at you. There are two ways to defeat Evermeans. They are immune to every other form of attack. One is to set them on fire. Only you can cause forest fires. And the other is to have a weapon that is capable of chopping. And for me right now, I don't really want to sacrifice any of these weapons. Okay, I'm going to sacrifice my Ice Breath Lizalfo Horn, my cooling weapon for this video. Cool. F's in the chat for Austin losing his ice sword. Oh! Is that a sturdy, thick stick? That's a good stick. Okay, might be worth it. That's actually a really, really good stick. That's a nice stick. No, ow. They don't do that much damage, but when you're just like casually farming and chopping down logs, them just showing up can be off-putting. Oh, is that a beetle? Is that a horned beetle? Shakalaka. Yeah, Hestu. I'm gonna get there in a second. I think I found a beetle. The scary things are gone. Please don't fast travel me back to him. You see me, my name is Hestu. You didn't bring up the fact that I could see you when you were first talking about the issues of those trees over there. I'm the musician of the Korok Forest up northeast. I'm known for my maracas and my dancing. Thanks for your help, Shakalaka. I could help you get a bigger pouch, but my maracas aren't working anymore. The Korok Seeds need to go in there. One Korok Seed is needed for my powers. Great. I want to put down a hard save right here just because I want to count some numbers and test them because they're missing from my chart. After some quick testing, this Hestu location is going to expand your inventory only 2 times. It doesn't matter if you choose 2 weapon or 1 weapon, 1 shield, or 1 shield, 1 bow, or 2 bows, doesn't matter. You can only do it 2 times. And your first upgrade of each individual of the 3 pouches is going to be 1 seed, and then your second slot is going to be 2 seeds. By default, you have 10 slots for weapons. One of them is actually there, but it's hidden because it's reserved for the Master Sword. You have 4 shield slots and you have 5 bow and arrow slots. It really comes down to how many utility weapons do you carry? Do you carry 2 boulders and then also an axe and then also a fire and then also an ice, because now that takes up 5 and now you only have room for 4 weapons? Or do you like to make a lot of rocket shields for that instant verticality? Whatever your choice is, this is your opportunity to expand that. For me, I always do bows last just because my bows don't break that often. I mean, I'm shooting a lot more things because, you know, arrows are very plentiful, especially if you're doing amiibo scanning, as you can see by my outfit so far. So I think I'm going to do 2 weapons. By the way, there's a new dance, but I don't want to show you the dance because it's amazing and you need to see it for yourself. After doing your first dance with Hestu, you're going to be completing that side adventure, his concerns. But right before he leaves, we're going to get the opportunity to do one more, and I'm going to do a shield. At this point, he says he's going to be leaving. He's going to be heading east. That's all he's saying, because there are a lot of monsters around. Is that beetle still around? Can I get that beetle now? We were fighting over here. We went this way. I'm pretty sure the beetle despawned. The beetle definitely despawned. After Hestu's first 2 expansion slots, he's going to be leaving this location, and then he's actually going to be heading right back to Lookout Landing. If you don't know, you should actually check in at Lookout Landing kind of often, because there are random events that take place that aren't fully cataloged yet. But it seems like right now there are some world events, and then all of the 4 main quests involving the 4 races of people. After each of those 4 is done, there are new changes to Lookout Landing. So I do recommend coming back here and looking around often. As soon as you fast travel, boom, there's our boy right there. Let's go talk to him. Hey, it's you. We meet again. It's been a while, huh? Hang on a minute. Do you have Korok Seeds? I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and test these numbers real quick. In the middle of testing, when I reloaded, that way it didn't take up all the Korok Seeds, he was in a different location. So maybe he moves around. After doing a little bit of testing, I found that he's going to do at least 8 expansions. So knowing that, you're gonna be pretty good on inventory size. I did mark some Korok travel quests, like when you have to bring his friend, which are worth 2, which are worth 2 each. One's right here, right next to the Romani Plains and the Yamido Shrine. Down here next to the Riverside Stable, you have one next to the bridge. And then just west of that, you're gonna have one right next to the Teneten Shrine, right next to one of Misko's treasures. Right next to the Outskirts Stable, you have one, and then you also have one next to the bridge over here on the way to Satori Mountain. On my way to Hateno Village, I found at least 4, one in between Dueling Peaks, one right next to the Dueling Peaks Stable, one after you make your way through Fort Hateno, right underneath the cliffs of Quiche, and then right at the fork of the road by the Fur River. So between those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's another 16 Korok Seeds for you. That should help you along. Once you reach a certain point in your adventure, there is going to be a series of events that's going to take place that is then going to quest you with going to the Korok Forest. If you want to go and do it yourself early, that's totally on you. There is at least one difficult battle on your way there that you may not be prepared for. After that series of events takes place, you're then going to have access to Hestu in Korok Forest. Once you make your way to the Korok Forest, Hestu is just going to be chilling out in the open. And for testing purposes, I have found exactly what your maximum inventory size is going to be. Right here is a full maxed out inventory. As I said, you start with 10 slots. One of them is reserved for the Master Sword, but it's not available yet. And then you're going to be getting an additional 10 slots of weapons for a total of 20. And the prices are going to start very low, 1, 2, 3, 5, so on and so forth. And then it's going to reach into like, I think 45 is the most expensive one. When it comes to shields, you're going to be starting with a total of 4 shields, but then you can expand it to a total of 20. And that's going to be following a different number pattern that is going to be a price of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 a bunch of times, 15 a bunch of times, and then the last slot is going to be 20. For bows, you're going to be starting with a total of 5 bows, and then you're going to be having the arrow slot down there, and you're going to be ending with a total of 14 bows. I know it's a weird number, but honestly, with the arrows being right there, I'm totally okay with it. And that's going to be starting similar where it's 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, and then it ends with 25 seeds. It's going to be fairly expensive for you to go through and fill up your inventory like this, but once you do, Hestu, I mean, look at that. That's going to be a lot of rocket shields. And while no one on the internet has gotten all of the Korok Seeds yet, because the game was just released in America within the last 24 hours, so I don't want to spoil what the reward is. I'm not going to say it out loud. If you want to know what it is, in the last 1 second of this video, I'm going to let you know via data mining what we believe the reward is going to be for this game. So great. Guys, if you found this information helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, turning on notifications for more Tears of the Kingdom content. Until next time, Austin John out.